The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. Hey guys, Leon Mookie here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was the Reincarnation of Noctis. This is part 1, and the last part was part 0, basically explaining on how Izuku is the reincarnation of Noctis and everything like that, and also on how Izuku got back the power of the kings, being all the royal arms coming back to him since they were rightfully his. Now Izuku's dream of becoming the next #1 hero, to be a beacon of hope and a symbol that will lead everyone into a more prosperous future. With that said, let's get into this. After one, Izuku is now a senior in his junior high. As just like in usual canon, their teacher basically tells them that they're seniors, they should focus on what they should do in the future by taking a career test. However, he just throws the papers in the air and says, "Why bother? All of you want to become heroes after all." As everybody activates their quirks and going crazy. However, Izuku just doesn't really care and has a bit of a bored look on his face, saying, "Can we get on with it? I really don't want to be here." Reason being, again, he hates mornings, so yeah. And he's tired as hell. Mostly due to him training all night with many of the other royal arms. So, however, just like before, Bakugo gives out his typical speech of don't lump him in with all these losers. They would be lucky to be a sidekick for some D-list hero. As everybody gets pissed off at Bakugo, as he says that he's the only one in his dead-end school who's going to be a great hero, as their teacher shows that he plans on going to UA, and he does have the skills and the good grades to go there. As he says, "I'm the only one who's ready to go to UA instead." However, their teacher brings up that Izuku plans on going to UA as well. As Izuku basically hears his name and says, "Huh? What? Whatever." And everyone begins saying, "I can see Midoriya going to UA. He's got one heck of a quirk by using all those weapons and everything." Some people even said, "But he stole those weapons. They don't belong to him." And you really think that a school like that is going to allow somebody with a stealing quirk? As Izuku hears this, saying, "God, not again." As Bakugo was about to explode Izuku's desk, he brings out his wooden sword and throws it to the back of the room, where he catches it to make sure that Bakugo doesn't explode his desk. So yeah, as he says, "What the? Seriously, Kachan, you really need to control that anger. It's annoying, and I mean really annoying." As he begins growling, "You damn nerd, and your damn quirk. I still won't accept it. How could somebody like you get such a unique quirk? It pisses me off." As he prepares another explosion at him, Izuku raises his hand and says, "You forget. I can still absorb your quirk, if you forgot about that." As he realizes this, he just growls even more and louder. As their teacher says, "You two, settle down now. Get back to your desk. It's time for class to start." As both of them sit down, and the day goes by just as usual. And Izuku is prepared to leave, and Bakugo stops Izuku, saying, "Deku, you better not apply for UA. In fact, you better not even think about going to the entrance exam at all. And as Izuku asks, seriously, Kachan, you're really doing this whole bully stick? I mean, come on, it's really annoying. It was adorable when we were kids, but now we're basically teenagers. We're young adults. Act like it. After saying this, he tries going past him. As Bakugo stops him, saying, "You really think you're hot shit after getting your quirk, but you're still beneath me. You're still lower than me. Just because you're able to absorb my flames doesn't mean anything. And you're only good as long as you have those weapons. So that doesn't mean a damn thing to me. Remember your place, Deku. Beneath me." As Izuku saying, yeah, whatever. Can I go now? I got kendo practice and I don't want to be late. As he pushes Bakugo out of the way, and Bakugo saying, damn him. He's not even fazed by my threats. I swear, I'm going to put him back where he belongs. As Izuku reminds himself that he's nothing but an obstacle. An obstacle I have to move out of my way. As Izuku was about to head to kendo practice, but decides to just skip it, realizing that he needs to wonder. The royal arms may belong to him and were rightfully his, but is he strong really with them or without them? Is his strength only tied to those weapons than to his own strength? As he thinks to himself, am I really worthy to use these arms like my past life? Like I was as Noctis Lucius Calum. As he thinks this, he leaves the school, where he actually heads downtown, where he sees a boy with black hair and sharp teeth frozen to a core as he sees a couple other girls crying in the distance. As he looks at this, he goes up to the boy and say, "Hey, you okay?" As he says, "Wait, yeah, fine." Stopping right here for a bit, just like I created a poll asking who would you guys want Noctis's closest friends, his brothers, Gladio, Ignis, and Procto to be. For Gladiolus, Kirishima would be him. As for Procto, Kaminari will be him. And for Ignis, Todoroki. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Anyway, let's get back into it because I was getting off script. As Izuku's saying, "Hey, you seem pretty shaken up. Did a villain attack happen here?" As he says, "Yeah, and I was terrified. I was afraid and I didn't do anything. I guess it's because I'm not strong enough, because of my quirk." As Izuku asked, "What is your quirk?" Kirishima tells him that his quirk is called Harden, that he can harden his body as much as he can, but it does take a limit on him though. As Izuku hears this, he says, "Okay, seems pretty cool. If anything, it reminds me of Crimson Riot, an old school hero." As he says, "Wait, you know about Crimson Riot?" As he says, "Yeah, of course I do. He was a pretty awesome hero back in the day, and it's a shame that nobody gives him the respect he deserves." As the two began geeking out about him, as they began introducing themselves as Izuku Midoriya and Ichigo Kirishima. Soon after, the two got to know each other a little bit, and even exchanged numbers to hang out whenever time. As for the next, also Izuku doesn't meet with All Might in this What If, so yeah, that's not gonna happen. So that interaction he doesn't meet with the Sledge villain at all, and doesn't take the alleyway. After that, the next day, classes go by pretty quick as usual, and he heads back home. He was about to text Kirishima on his way home until he sees a blonde-haired guy who's looking like a bumbling idiot and wonders, oh my, is he okay? He doesn't look okay. As he goes up to him, he taps on the shoulder, and soon after, the guy with the blonde hair with a black bolt in the front of his head, saying, wait, where am I? Where did I get here? Who the heck are you? As he says, that's what I'm wondering, dude. Who the heck are you? As he says his name is Kaminari, and he was in a pretty weird situation that caused him to use his quirk. As he says his quirk, saying his quirk is electricity. He can up the voltage. The higher he goes up in voltage, the dumber his brain gets. So yeah. As Izuku's saying, it's quite the powerful quirk. And interesting too. And wonder, as he begins thinking to himself, that his quirk is quite powerful, but also costly to his mental health. Thinking that maybe there's a way for him to be able to help to lower the voltage, but still be able to deal some damage to his enemies went out. As he says, are you okay? You seem like you're pretty lost in thoughts. As he says, oh yeah, just think about your quirk, dude. As he tells him, you're one of those quirk nerds? That's what a lot of people tell me. But I think that everyone has an interesting quirk. You can't really say that one quirk's useless than the other. I never thought of it like that. That's pretty cool. As the two talked a little bit more and wonder, they give each other their names. Just like with Kirishima, Izuku got to know Kaminari a little bit more. Even got to take each other's numbers and wonder if Kaminari plans on becoming a hero. As he says, yeah, actually I plan on applying at UA actually. As he says, no kidding, same here. As he tells him, hope to see you at the entrance exam in 10 months from now. Catch you later. As he says, yeah, same here. Soon after, Izuku leaves and goes on with training once more. His training is getting a lot more better. He's getting used to his royal arms. When he first used them, they had so much of a kickback to him. He was sent flying when used the weakest one, the Sword of the Wise, which is his weakest royal arms actually, and sent him flying quite a bit. But he's gotten used to it now. Even the twin blades of the Wanderer as well. So yeah. But on his way back home from training, he sees somebody also training as well. A boy, as he begins feeling cold around him, like the air just went freezing, even though it's spring. As he goes around, he sees multiple ice shards flying everywhere. He hits them all with his training spear, breaking all of them instantly. And he goes there and sees a boy with white hair and red hair as well, but a scar on the left side of his face. As he says, oh, damn, I've never seen a quirk that badass before. As he sees him, says, who the hell are you? You're in my way. It says, hey, you're the one who's basically throwing ice shards everywhere. You could probably hurt somebody like that. Go train somewhere else. As he says, I was here first. If you have a problem, then leave. It says, not if you're going to hurt innocent people in the process. I don't just sit here and do nothing, as innocent bystanders could get hurt by you. As he says, if you're not going to move, then I'll move you by force. as he sends a huge ice barrage at him, and as Izuku basically used one of his royal arms, being the katana of the warrior, to basically knock Shoto right back, his ice right back at him, and knock him back as well. As he sees this and says, How the hell did you? As he looks at him and he says, You're only using a sword? What kind of quirk do you have? As Izuku saying, This weapon is my quirk. All of these weapons are my quirk. As he shows all of his royal arms crystallized visions, all circling around him, and says, Holy crap, I didn't think anybody would have a quirk like that. It's amazing. But even so, if you have a strong quirk, I won't let that overcome me. As soon as he stands back up, Izuku is already right in front of him with his sword already at Shoto's neck. As he says, Wait, how did you? It's also another one of my quirks. If I throw my weapons, I can instantly teleport right back at them. And moving basically faster than the blink of an eye. Depends on the weapon though. As he says, even like that, that's overpowered. As he realized, I guess I lost. As he submits and falls down. There, Izuku says, Come on, get back up. I only just want you to stop flinging your ice shards everywhere. I don't want innocent people getting hurt just by your carelessness and you not caring. As Shoto grabs his hand, and there, he says, I guess I should have listened more. I didn't think anybody else would be around. As Izuku asks questions and wondering why he's practicing almost near the city anyway. Normally people would go out to the beach or abandoned warehouse or even out the outskirts of the city, being the forest. That's where he trains. As he says, I'm practicing for my recommendation exam for UA. So I need to practice with my eyesight more than ever. As he says, so you have a recommendation. As before he was thinking about that, he soon stops himself and says, your eyesight. Wait, don't tell me you have more than one ability for your quirk. As he says, promise me you won't say anything. As he says, depends on what you gotta say, so what is it? As Izuku gets really up close wondering what it is. As he says, it's fire. I have my eyesight's for my mother, and my firesight's for my father. So your quirk is half cold, half fire? That is awesome! Dude, I would kill for a quirk like that. As he says, it's a curse, especially my left side. It reminds me of my bastard of a father. As Izuku says, so you're not really good with your dad either? As he says, wait, either? He tells him that his father is barely around and barely is there to support or care for him. I mean, he works all the time and he does provide for us, but that doesn't mean that, well, he's always there when I need him the most, when I need him to support me. Heck, people treat me like a villain and treat me because of my quirk. As he says, your quirk. So, all these weapons weren't originally mine. They all came from a museum, and I accidentally got them all. As that's the story he always tells people, even though people would never believe him that he's a reincarnation of another world's king. As he says, but it was an accident. People can't blame you for something that was against your control. As he says, I awoke in my quirk, but it doesn't matter. People have always labeled me, and it always sticks. no matter what I do. As he says, then prove them wrong. Change. Show people that you can change, that you could do better, that you have the potential of being something greater. And as Izuku saying, thanks. As he begins asking your Todoroki, Shoto Todoroki. As he says, Todoroki. Wait, Todoroki? You mean the Todoroki? Like Endeavor? As he's saying, yeah, that's my dad. That's my father. As he says, wow, so I'm dealing with hero royalty. That's surprising. As he's saying, don't call me that. My father's a bastard. And he's saying, yeah, I know. As he's saying, wait, you know? Endeavor, when I see Endeavor, he may have a strong fan base and a badass hero, but when I look into his eyes, all I can see is a man full of hatred. A man dedicated to one thing and one thing only. And I don't know what that dedication is, but it can't be good if it fills him with only hatred after all. As Shoto saying, yeah, you don't mind if I tell you it's one day. As he begins asking for Izuku's name, saying, Izuku Midoriya, pleasure. Yeah. Soon after, the two leave and say, before Izuku left, he tells him, oh yeah, Todoroki, I think you should use your left side. Just because it's from your father doesn't mean that it's his. Your quirk is your own. You decide what you do with it. Just as you told me. Those are the same words you told me just now. Try and follow your own advice, my dude. As he leaves and waves goodbye, Shoto soon looks at his left hand and says, my own quirk. I decide what I do with it. He really is something else. After that, Izuku keeps training with his royal arms, but also hangs out with Kirishima, Kaminari, and Shoto from time to time while taking breaks from training. He hasn't told them about the others yet, but he will one day. As the 10 months go by, it's now time for the UA entrance exam. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Also, I plan on putting a poll in the future about who should be the reincarnation of Luna Freya in this What If. Basically, one of the girls in Class 1A, who should be Luna's reincarnation. You guys tell me in the comments below, and also vote for who should be in my community tab. At any rate, this is Leon Moki, signing out. Later.